Hey there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I've got a message coming to you, which is all about the mind-body connection, which I am just absolutely having my mind blown around, bringing in some new work from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Gosh, I love this guy. I'm totally addicted to his work right now, and I'm incorporating it with all the different gurus and mentors and everybody that I've learned from up until this point, and everything is like finding this real interconnectedness, and it's so cool. And that's why I wanted to kind of talk about the interconnectedness of our mind and body today, and how you can use it for your advantage to shift gears in terms of the results that you're currently generating in your life. And that is why today's message is break disempowering patterns through both psychology and physiology. And I want to talk into that. And obviously we can know that when I talk about psychology, I'm talking about the mind. And when I'm talking about physiology, I'm talking about the body. And so what I'm going to dive into with you guys today is really getting you to focus on learning and understanding and accepting and believing that there is really a strong connection between mind and body. And what happens is most of us, unfortunately, don't really believe that, or we haven't really come across that kind of real thinking, and it's just kind of a concept that we haven't had any experience with. And so what we end up doing is that we fall in either side and we focus on one-sidedness. So for some of us, we get really analytical about the mind and about the brain, and we go down that route of, just kind of, thinking about the mind, but almost neglecting the body and its importance. And on the flip side, there's a lot of us who go down the body element, and we are so focused on our physical health that we oftentimes lose focus and we end up neglecting our mental health. And we don't see the problem. So a lot of us, we might even, particularly in terms of finding whether our body is in ease or in disease, we can find that a lot of the time, and with a lot of the research that I'm doing right now and a lot of the work that I'm learning from Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's done countless hours of research and experience through the mind-body connection, and how that kind of interconnects, I'm really starting to see how our body is a representation of our thoughts, but not just that, it's like we're in this cycle. So when we think something, and it's not just think, it's actually believe. So this is where I bring in the work of Byron Katie and a number of other different people, where we start to question our thoughts. So the way to think about it is, how we, whatever we think, right? We have a choice as to what we believe or we don't believe. We need to question the validity of our thoughts before they become things. And when I talk about becoming things, it's kind of like whatever our thought is, if we believe it and we do not question it, and it ends up being quite disempowering, we can often have a manifestation in our body, because what happens is our thoughts, or really our believed thoughts, actually go through the process, and they actually impact our emotional state. And then our emotional state determines also what we're going to, what choices we're going to make, what actions we're going to take. And as a result, it reverts back and again triggers our thoughts. So it's like a cycle, and everything is impacting everything else. And if we don't consciously know that, we do not question the validity of our thoughts, we do not see the interconnectedness of our mind and body. And what happens is that we get stuck in these disempowering patterns that are actually affecting both mind and body, and creating disease, creating all sorts of things to occur in our bodies. And so I love what Dr. Joe Dispenza has to say in regards to that mind-body connection. Just one quote of his that just really resonates with me, which is that thoughts are the language of the brain and emotions are the language of the body. So our thoughts that's coming from our brain. That's the language. So our brain and our mind is interpreting the thought, and our body is interpreting the emotional impact of that. And both mind and body are interconnected with one another and feeding in a cycle throughout one another. So what we need to do if we want to change and break through disempowering patterns of behavior and results in our life is we need to put a couple of spanners in the work. And so if thoughts are the language of the brain and emotions are the language of the body, then ultimately what we need to do is kind of become bilingual, and fluently bilingual in the language of the mind, the language of the body, through thoughts and emotions. Be consciously aware of the thoughts and the emotions and how we can impact both by having a process of putting a spanner in the thought pattern. So what that really looks like is changing our psychology. How do we do that? Well, we start speaking the language of the brain, which is through our thoughts. So we start to become consciously aware of what are those thoughts? What am I thinking and believing that is generating this emotional response? Work of Byron Katie is a really great one to go through there. And also having a meditative process so that you can actually create space between what you're thinking, become the silent observer of your thoughts and be attuned to what you're thinking so that you can consciously choose, do I actually believe that? Is that actually true? Do I want to just unconsciously believe every thought that comes through my head, which is ultimately generating the emotional state, which is ultimately determining my choices and as a result, my results, or do I want to create some space here, put a spanner in the works in my psychology and go, you know what, I want to question the validity of that thought and only allow empowering thoughts to be believed so that they can impact in a great empowered way of my emotions. And on the flip side, we want to also go to war with it, right? And we will also want to put a spanner in the works in our physiology. And the way that we do that is we need to shift and change our body. So how we do that, Tony Robbins works with physiology so much, particularly at his events, right? So he gets people to have radical shifts and changes in the way that they utilize their body because he knows the impact that has on your emotional state, which is then going to feed back into your thoughts. So you've got to go both angles. You've got to be able to question your thoughts and the validity and only filter through the empowering thoughts that are going to impact your emotional state. And at the same time, you have to be able to shift and change your physiology, make radical shifts in your body. Think about a depressed person. A great example that Tony Robbins always uses, which is all of us, if we were told that there was a depressed person behind curtain A, we would all be, and we were asked, how is that person holding their body? Are they standing tall? Or are they slumped over? We all intuitively know, of course, if they're depressed, they're slumping over. Are they breathing shallowly or deeply? We know if they're a depressed person, shallowly. Are they talking loud or soft and quiet? We know if they're depressed, they're talking really soft and quiet, so we already know how to utilize our body in order to generate an emotional state of depression, right? And some of us do it really, really well. And on the flip side, if we know that somebody behind curtain B is truly confident, energized, vibrant, then we know that straight away they're going to be holding their body upright. They're not going to be slumping over. They're going to be breathing deeply, not shallowly. They're going to be talking loudly and with enthusiasm, not kind of holding back and talking really slowly and softly. So we already know that our emotion, how we use our physiology shifts and changes our emotional states, and also how our thoughts determine our emotional state. So it's all interconnected. And we need to know that we need to go to war with any disempowering state of being, any disempowering pattern of behavior, any disempowering results that we're generating. We want to go to war, put a spanner in the works in our psychology and in our physiology and shift and change those patterns. So, with all that being said, and I'm super passionate about this topic because it's just, it just makes so much sense. And, learning some different case studies and seeing how different diseases in the bodies are generated from different emotional states it's pretty eye-opening, and I'm going deep down the rabbit hole on this and plan to do a bunch of different courses that are going to upskill me on this so that I can be of more value and help to you guys out there and everybody that I work with. So I'm excited for all that's ahead and all that I have to share with you on that. And with that being said, that is exactly what the monthly masterclasses are all about. I am constantly the guinea pig on self-development, learning, experiencing, implementing, testing out, and delivering the best and most valuable tools for you to fast track your success in all areas of your life. So if you like this kind of stuff and you want to go deep and you want to make it actionable and implementable in your life so that you can generate awesome, amazing results, the kind of results that you're actually capable of, then definitely click on the link above and register, and I can't wait to see you in the next monthly masterclass, and you'll get straight away access to the monthly masterclass that is already there, ready and waiting for you, and so much more to come. And the next live monthly masterclass is coming up on the 11th of July. So you definitely want to be part of that, and I can't wait to see you in there for anybody who hasn't joined yet, and for all of you guys who are already on the team, can't wait to see you live again. So exciting. But let me jump in with you guys. Have you got any questions? Have you got any comments? Have you got any words of wisdom that you want to share with our awesome community? Now is the time to do so, and let me check in. I've got Sam in the house. Of course I do. I love having you here always, my friend. And Kenny's here. Awesome. And thank you for your kind compliments always, Sam. And Lu Chai is in the house. I love it. And Roxana, yay. Love to see you again. And Wayan's here, and Judy's here. And Sam, love that interconnectivity. Absolutely. We've got to stop denying. You know, so many of us are going the mental realm and denying the physical, and again, the vice versa. You know, we're just going physical, but what about your mindset? And I know personally, because my version of personal development before I knew of real self-development in this industry that I'm in now, it was through the physical body. I was addicted to fitness and everything physical, and that's what I was constantly so immersed in my life. And when I got introduced to self-development, I instantly realized you can teach somebody all the great ways of looking after your health through nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, all of it. But if they don't have the right mindset to accompany it, you're not going to get them great results. And vice versa. You know, if you are helping somebody with their mindset, but they're not looking after their physical body and emotional state, you're just not going to be able to get them awesome results. And you're not going to be able to generate awesome results within you until you realize the interconnectivity and become bilingual and fluently bilingual in the language of psychology and also physiology. Go to war with it. So, love that, Sam. And Alexandria, my spirit sister, and Charles is in the house too. Love it. Hashtag happiness always. And Jessica's here, and Michael, and Amy, and Anne-Marie. Great to see you guys. And Alexandria, all about integrating. Boom, boom. Love it. Absolutely. And Sam, that's where I was before doing 8 weeks empowerment program. You rocked it, superstar. Thank you, Sam. And I loved having you in there. And I always am so grateful to know of your progress as always. So thank you for the opportunity for letting me serve you at a higher capacity. And Elias is here. Hola. And William's here. And Alexandria, love Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and working on rewiring the brain. Absolutely. And it's stuff that when it's like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Like I've had like little dabbles in Joe Dispenza's work in the past, and had a couple of his books like sitting there ready to go, but it just wasn't the right time, and now is the perfect time. And I'm so excited about what I'm going deep in, and my whole schedule of learning under his wisdom coming up this year. Oh my gosh, super excited. And Patty's here as well. And Sam, love that. Bilingual of thoughts and emotions. Absolutely. And Denzel's here, and Eduardo, and Mwambutsia. I always butcher your name. I can't help it. I'm so sorry, but I love having you here. And Skip James is in the house, and Sonula, and Slogan's here, and Jordana, and Sam. How can I hasten inspired thoughts into the body? Yeah, great question. So, I'm about to dive pretty deep into some meditative practices that I'm going to definitely be reporting with you guys on, and see what's really working for me and how it can be of value to you. But what I would say is I think that meditation is a really great way of doing that. But also, thinking about, what are those inspired thoughts? What are they? Identify what they are, and then what would be the physiological response of that thought, and push it into your body. So for instance, say your inspired thought was, I'm enthusiastic. I get into action, I get into inspired action, and I come with enthusiasm. So what does the body feel like? What does it look like when it is enthusiastic? I tend to be pretty enthusiastic. So if you want to use me as a representation of that, get into it and really just bring it into your body. I don't like the terminology of fake it till you make it, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like decide how you want to feel and and align those inspired thoughts with a representation in the body, and step into it. Shift and change your physiology in that way. So hope that answers your question, Sam. And Rob's here. Good to see you. So good. And Sam, love your wave. Always waving. I love it. And Patty, I'm loving that you're loving it. And Brian's in the house as well. Always so great to see you, my friend. So I really hope that today's message has served you and inspired you. And it's got you definitely thinking about how you're going to go to war with creating better results in your life and breaking disempowering patterns. You're going to become fluently bilingual in the language of psychology and physiology. And you're going to break through, put a spanner in the works by, really looking at creating space between what you're thinking and believing, and also, those emotional states that you want to be experiencing more of, making shifts and radical changes in your physiology so you can break past patterns that have been disempowering you from generating the kind of results that you actually want. Hope that's been really valuable to you. Hope you're going to join me in the monthly masterclasses so we can go seriously deep on all this stuff that I talk about each and every day with you guys. In the monthly masterclasses, it's all about giving you a real live system where you can make everything that we talk about easily actionable and implementable so you can get extraordinary quality of results. So last little comments before I sign off, but definitely register because I can't wait to go deep with you. And Sam, can't wait for group coaching tomorrow. Me either. Oh my gosh, super excited. The monthly masterclass has got some group coaching action going on that I've just decided to bring in. And I can't wait to go deep with you guys in that. Oh my gosh, super excited. And Edgar, sending you love from Chihuahua, Mexico. Great message, empowering words. You rock, girl. I love it. Thank you so much, Edgar. I'm always appreciative of your love and your encouragement, and for you showing up and joining me live. So much love for you, and all of you guys. And as always, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I really hope that it's an amazing, brilliant, inspiring, energetic, vibrant day for you. And I really hope that today's message has served you and supported you and empowered you. And I hope you're going to come and join me in the monthly masterclasses and join our amazing community and team. Sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.